Hello, good people, and welcome to Reasons to Talk, presented by Reasons to Win. You never lose when you choose Reasons to Win. Just throwing that out there. And Central Triad Church, where we transform lives,
produce believers,
and impact the world.
Look at that. We didn't even plan that. That was awesome. So today we're going to be talking about our choice of eating.
Yes.
Right.
Our plant-based lifestyle.
Now, I want to remind everyone, because whenever I talk to people about, because I choose not to eat meat or something like that, they get offensive for some reason. Just automatically.
Yes.
I'm like, yo,
Yes.
this me. It's nothing to do with you. This is my conviction. I'm not telling you you're wrong or right. You ask me.
Yeah.
You know?
Food is a sensitive topic
Right.
for a lot of people.
Right. And then when they realize, like, oh, okay. I guess when they meet other people, they make them feel guilty about it or stuff like that.
Perhaps.
But so if you are looking at this, I'm not talking about you. All right. You do whatever you want to. This is our conviction as a family. It may be a reason. I'm pretty sure it's a reason why God convicted us. But we'll get into that later. But we have Allison. Yes.
Hi.
She's in the building with one of her children. I like that. You like that rhyme? Talking to you.
Okay. Can we start?
Yes. Go ahead and introduce yourself. Just in case you've never seen this show before, I'm Chester Beeman, Pastor Chester, PC, Check Lee. It don't even matter what you call me. Just don't call me.
I am Candace Beeman.
Yes. That's it?
Yes, I don't have all those names. I'm not fancy like you, sir.
Anyway, so we have a guest, Allison. Say your last name again.
Della Vecchia.
Della Vecchia. Did I say it right?
Pretty good.
Okay, good.
Pretty good.
Great. I can't say until you say it.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, so I don't know what I'm going to do the other day. But anyway, today, Allison's on the show. She's going to kind of narrate everything and ask us questions. We don't even know what she's going to ask. But
Great.
Just to get, a better understanding. Yes.
Yeah. So you guys have chosen to stop eating meat,
Yep.
not as individuals, but as a family with your blended family. So it sounds like a very interesting situation. When did you start down this path?
July 5th. I know
Yep.
that part.
2017.
years ago.
Right?
It's been 4 years?
Coming up
It'll
on 4
be-
years
it
then.
will be coming
Wow.
up on 4 years. Yeah, because I was pregnant with
Yes.
Isabella.
Yes.
Yep.
You're right. Jeez.
Yeah.
Well, we started off at vegan
Yeah.
Okay.
for a year. I'm talking about I felt amazing. Like health-wise, I ain't have to get sick. It was crazy.
Yeah.
And I
No,
used to get
no sinus infections.
we used to get sinus infection like 4 or 5 times a year, both of us.
So
Nothing.
let me interrupt you there and say, what is vegan for all the people out
Oh.
there who don't understand the levels
let
of
you-
vegetarianism?
So pretty much we didn't eat anything that was produced by animals. So we went as far as not eating anything no animals, obviously, but no honey, no milk, no anything that was
Taken away from animals.
right. No eggs.
Or anything like that. And theirs are screened. There are screened
Yeah. We
vegans
weren't
where they don't wear clothes or anything from
Yeah.
animals. We want that to that point,
right.
and you'll understand later when we tell you why we became what we were. But
Yeah, we weren't
we're not that screen.
yeah.
So just nothing that came from an animal at all. No animal product whatsoever, whether it was something that killed the
Plant-based.
animal or not.
Right.
So no dairy products, no eggs,
Nope.
not even honey.
Nope.
Plant-based.
That's super, super in there.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
you went from eating meat
Yeah.
one day to
cold turkey.
that.
We just cut it all out. Just all at once.
So was that hard? What was that like?
I wouldn't recommend it for anybody that wanted to transition from meat
I
eater
do.
to. Well, I don't recommend it just because
Someone cold turkey?
Yeah, cold
Yeah.
turkey.
Yeah, I recommend it.
it was fine for us in our situation, but I don't recommend it for
I mean, it depends who
the
you are.
everyday person,
Yeah.
right?
Everybody
Now,
knows who
if
they
it's
are.
something, if it's something that you can't just dabble in it, and you know how you are. Like you said, it's like exercising. Like some people go all in and say, I'm gonna do this, or either they might dabble in it for a week and then next week they not. So you know who you are. For us, though, we had to quit cold turkey.
Yeah.
And that's just how we operate. We work better that way.
That's just me. I just like cold turkey.
So tell us what precipitated this change? What happened?
So pretty much I have a brother that he has a vegan restaurant in Durham. And he basically, we went on a family trip and he started educating me a little bit about being vegan.
I wasn't trying to hear that at that time.
Yeah. And he was like, he was telling me what books to read and, you know, things to watch and stuff like that. And I was like, all right, I'll look into it or whatever. Because I've always been interested in it because, I don't know, it's just something that's always intrigued me. So I started doing some research and then I came across one particular documentary on Netflix. And I was just like, oh my gosh, like, I don't know what happened, but a light switch went off in my head and showed it to him and the kids. And they were all like, oh my gosh, I didn't know animals were treated like that before they were, you know, butchered. And
wow. What was it about the documentary that kind of flipped it for you?
The fact that we don't really know what's in our food. Like, we're just eating it all willy-nilly and we don't even know what's really in it, especially like in the meats and stuff like that. And like all the different bacterias that animals carry.
And what got me was, I forgot what you called what's in the meat. It can feed cancer cells.
Yeah.
You know, and that kind of touched me at that time. But I seen these videos before.
Yeah.
And I had stopped eating meat for a week or before.
Right.
But this one was a little different because I started to look into it more biblically, if that makes any sense. After I saw what they did to these animals, and it's horrible. You know, then
You mean you're talking about the living conditions?
on the how they
farms
kill them.
Mm-hmm.
They take some of the baby pigs before they grind them up. They twist their testicles off, and they do that too. And then the cows, they take the baby away from the cow just like that and start, you know, getting them ready to be them. You know, at the end of the day,
right?
And I'm looking at like how mentally healthy is that, and you know how as our bodies. Just like somebody that had cancer. They didn't know they had cancer, but once they found out they had cancer, what happened?
Right.
They start, you know, the body really started getting affected.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of mental things and spiritual things dealing with that. And for me not to have my child that I just had, how healthy is that cow? And then all the stuff they pumping in them, you know?
And what they're feeding the animals.
They're not exercising.
Yeah.
They're just standing there. So when we don't exercise, when we don't do anything, what do we, you know, our body is not healthy. So how can we expect our animals that we eat and healthy and they're just sitting there eating corn, but they don't eat? If cows had a choice, they would not go around eating corn.
Right.
You know, and back in the day, Bible day, they walk around.
Yeah.
They exercise. You know, you had a shepherd.
Right.
You had all these different things and they took care of the animals.
Right.
You know, and I know for a fact God care about animals. It's not about they care about animals. They care about us more. They care about these animals.
Right.
So how can we think this food is good for us? It has to be cursed. For me, I feel like the food is cursed at how we treat the animals.
Yeah.
Especially we had a knowledge of it.
Right.
You know.
Right.
So.
Okay. So you did that for a year.
Yes.
Strict vegan for about a year.
Yeah.
Then what happened next?
I got stressed out my job.
Yeah, he did.
And I started eating cheese.
Yeah.
So we still haven't touched meat or anything like that.
Yeah, we haven't touched meat at all.
Cheese became a part of my choice. And cheese, I'm going to say cheese is addictive. And that's why some of y'all get mad when y'all order cheese on your burger and it's no cheese on it when you get home.
That's right.
You get that mad because they say it's as addictive as meth. Not saying it's bad as meth.
Wow.
But addiction.
Yeah.
That's
you can
interesting.
Look that up.
That's interesting.
It's addictive, you know, and I got back on it. Got back on that gravy train.
Picked up the pipe again.
They keep calling me.
Oh my
God. But
so you started that. So how did you get back into?
I still eat the vegan cheese. I buy it and whenever it's on sale.
I still eat vegan cheese.
Yeah.
I've been slowing down, but I told my at that time we started getting. Well, I did.
Yeah.
She did.
I didn't. I still no.
Yeah. And then I got into so I'm actually pescatarian.
Okay.
So I do eat seafood, but I do it probably once or twice a week now. And I'm to this point where I'm trying to get rid of that too, because it's so hard to pick and choose what is good for you and what's not. Because if you have fish that's born on the farm, I'm gonna be honest, they eating pig poop. That's how they feed them.
Wow.
And you got to watch. That's why sometimes you see wild caught fish or something like that. And that eating a lot of fish is not good for you either. So because of the all the
mercury and
things.
some other things, right?
So I just watch what I take in, and stuff like that.
Okay.
Trying to get my proteins in and all that stuff.
Right. So are you pescatarian? What are you
No,
doing?
I still don't like seafood, especially not now. The smell. The smell of seafood.
That's why I don't eat that much of it now, because she's pregnant.
Right.
But yeah.
And I'm okay with it.
Right. I'm not I'm not as strict as I used to be. I will say, like, if we go out to eat, I don't want to be that person that's always like, do they have vegan options? Like, I'll just ask people, like, hey, where we going? Okay, and I'll look at the menu to see if I can like adjust anything. And yeah, sometimes I will bring like my own something. Like I wanted,
like what?
For example, me and Pastor Joy, we went to Panera Bread, and I wanted they had like a feta spinach salad or something. And of course, I don't want to eat the feta because it's made from animals, so I brought my own vegan feta with me in my purse.
Okay.
So sometimes I'll
and
do
you order the
like
salad
that.
without the cheese.
Exactly. So I can still be a part of normal society, I guess you would say. Because, they still don't have like a whole bunch of vegan options. But there are a lot of restaurants that do have vegan options. So like we get pizza from Mario's or sometimes because they have vegan cheese. And then we can get the veggie toppings. But I still I try to stay away from it. But I mean, if someone makes a mistake or even if I forget to say like, hey, don't put cheese in that, I don't be like, oh my God, I should take this back. I'll eat it still. I just make a conscious effort to try to not to eat it.
Right.
So, yeah.
Okay. So that's what you guys are doing. It's been almost 4 years. And now let's talk about the kids.
Yeah, the kids.
How did that go?
Well, I want to go to the conviction part. Because I start, picking up the Bible a little bit. I think Genesis 1:29. It's let's do King James version. Say God said, "Behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree in which is the fruit of the tree yielding seed. To you it shall be for meat." And he basically, you can do other versions, but he basically said, "This is what I'm charging you to eat." He ain't telling us to eat animals or anything like that. He even told the animals to eat fruit. Eat vegetables.
That's
of course,
right.
the fall man changed things. There's nothing wrong with eating meat.
Right.
I ain't saying that. But to me, God is trying to get us back to the garden, back to our natural state, back to the way he intended us to be created. And that's what brought a conviction on me too. And I think some of the conviction, because it's a possibility that I may have something in my body, because I have my family, I have cancer in my family. My grandfather passed away from cancer, and my uncle, and then my dad had it, but thank God we caught it early, and they cut it away and everything. And the way I look at it, like, man, I need to stay healthy, because most people that got cancer, they already healthy. It's easier to beat. If that makes any sense. But it might be a reason why it's a conviction for me. But that's what really, got to me.
Yeah.
And I know God cared about animals. Look what he did for the Noah. And so to me, I know he cared about these animals, and we treat animals like crap, and we're gonna eat crap.
Right. Right.
And so with the family now, since I had this conviction, it is so hard because we have three different households. For Cameron, he go with his dad, and then Zion and Eli goes to his mom. Izzy, she's eating
what you guys eat all the time, right?
And then first the kids, we educated them. First the kids was on it, except for Zion. Zion didn't care. So give me all that and a bag of chips. But it's hard because the other parents, and I'm not trying it's unfair to say they got to think like we think. It's
Yeah, of
impossible.
course.
It's just
Of
that's
course.
something that's our reality.
Right.
And I think Eli, he really wanted to do it, but I don't expect Tanya to sit there and pay extra money for this type of food. I love for her to do it, but
Right.
I can't sit here and blame her because it costs more money.
Well, then, and plus, it's going to cost more only because you have to buy both. Like, you have to buy your regular,
Zion,
typical
Tanya,
food.
and then
Right.
Eli.
And then a special meal for Eli. And that can be a lot.
Yeah. And, and they don't see our way. So it's very hard. And then when they come here, we don't want them to feel like, oh, I don't want to come here because we got to eat this food.
Yeah.
So
Right.
we decided to let them choose.
Yeah. So, like, if they go to a birthday party or they go back to, their other parent's house, we don't tell them, like, no, you can't eat that or nothing like that. We just say, it's up to you. If that's what you want to eat, that's on you. And, we want you to still enjoy yourself and live your life and make your own choices.
Mm-hmm.
But when they come to our house, I just try to have similar foods that are
plant-based.
Are plant-based.
Or,
so that
we do feed them some meat, but we also look at free range. How they
I try to do some research to figure out if it's a good quality versus just like buying great, like not trying to throw Walmart under the bus or anything, but like great value turkey slices. I'll try to buy something that says like free range chicken turkey slices instead or something.
Right.
And I think we really need to start looking at what we are putting into our bodies.
Yeah.
It's the same way what we put into our minds. Are we reading the Bible? Are we getting these principles? Or are we just looking at these TV shows and getting our principles from there?
Right.
But if we just take the time to look at some of this stuff, especially the cereal, I recommend everybody to look at some of the stuff they are putting into cereal. I mean, it can be cement. It can be different things that we are feeding our kids that we think is healthy. And it's not.
So it's more so than just being plant-based or being not eating meat for us, I guess. It's more so just reading labels, making sure we're educating our kids on how to read labels. And allowing them
aware.
To be aware and for them to choose if they think they should eat that or not.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for example, the other day I was showing them the box of Lucky Charms or something.
I did not know that.
And Lucky Charms had like all this stuff in it that's bad. And I would show it to them and say, and they were like, oh man, like, okay, well, we're not going to eat this anymore. Like, and I'm like, well, don't eat it because I'm telling you like what's in it. But they actually sit down and look at it. So they start looking at the Cheerios. They start looking at the Tricks and the Captain Crunch.
Yeah, it's so cute. They'd be like, hey.
Yeah, like, hey, this has red 6 in it. What does that mean? Let's Google it.
Yeah.
Hey, Siri. So, yeah, it's good for them to educate themselves and then for them to want other options.
Yeah, and I'm on the war against high fructose corn syrup. I'm coming for you. Like, your body don't know what to do with it. It's just so unnatural.
Yeah.
And sometimes they store it away, and that's why America is... Just about everything got high fructose corn syrup.
It does.
And
there was a time that I had chosen to try to avoid that some years ago, and I had to give up. I had to throw my hands up.
Yeah,
I did.
It's hard.
I was like, I can't.
Well, I'm on the war right now.
But like,
I'm rooting for you, Pastor Chester.
Thank you.
Right. But
it's tough out there.
Once you figure out what products do and what products don't, like for example, for me, trying to avoid things that have milk in it, like everything has milk in it for what?
Soy.
And so I'm always like, now that I know what to look for, I have it memorized, like which products I can buy.
Right.
Versus before where I'll be like, man, I gotta read this label again. Gotta read this label.
Yeah.
It was a pain in the butt. But now that I have it memorized, I mean, it's second nature now. But
And I just want to say this. For all you guys, all my friends and stuff, for y'all to think that I went vegan and vegetarian because of her, I decided to do that, guys. You know what I'm saying? Just want to let you know that. Some people be still making jokes.
That's right.
Oh,
yes.
Man.
Well, because
she ain't here. You want to try some meat?
Y'all got together and, and got engaged and got married. And then shortly after that, there was this other big change. Yeah. So I understand where people would think that, but instead it was a progression and it was a God-led kind of thing. It sounds like.
Right.
And she tried before, but I feel like she was probably still eating meat if I didn't decide to. We had to do it together. Or vice versa. If I decided and then she kept eating meat around me, I'm like, you know? And your taste buds change.
Yeah.
It's crazy how your taste buds change. Like one time I was eating something and I told them no meat that had bacon in it. It tastes like a penny.
Really?
I know when you were young, you taste a penny before.
Oh yes,
It's
I've tasted a couple of pennies before. Yes.
And so I knew immediately. Hold on, what is this? You mean your taste bud? You try different things. Like I didn't like her brother's hot dog. It was disgusting.
Yes.
Now I can eat them.
Now you
it's
can
weird.
Eat them. Now you appreciate
it's
them.
Weird.
Yeah. It's nice to have a hot dog when you go to a cookout.
Right.
It feels good though. It feels good. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not that sick. I don't really get sick, and
yeah, it's
we really enjoying ourselves.
You're right.
There's some other Bible verses, but can't think of them right now. But that helped me along this journey.
Yeah. So yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you for letting us all know what having a plant-based lifestyle is like. Thank you for sharing.
And no, I do not think meat is that you can't eat meat. Okay.
And we're not saying the mock meats are any better either.
If I can really find a free range place that I know that it wasn't pumped with chemicals or anything like that, I'm okay with eating it.
Right.
I'll be honest with you.
Right.
But,
I understand. Yeah. And that's great. Health is important.
Correct.
What we put in there.
Yes.
That was that we are.
What
was that thing that what they were saying back in the day? You are what you eat.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you remember that campaign? You are what you eat.
And
you don't want to eat pig
what
poo.
you put in your spirit, that's what you are.
That's right. There you go.
That's the pastor part. But look, thank y'all for joining us today. Thank you, Allison, for being here.
Anytime.
AKA the producer. And this is my lovely wife, Candace Beeman, and I'm Pastor Beeman, Pastor Chet, and PC, and all those good things. Check Lee, And thank y'all for joining us. And write down any comments, any questions y'all have, or things like that.
Yeah.
Just be nice. Be nice. Bless that like button. Bless that subscribe button. And we'll see y'all next time on Reasons to Talk.
Shh. Come on in. I'm so excited to tell you about my parents' business. It is called Reasons to Win Creative Studio. They have so much to offer our customers. You can visit us at reasonstowin.com for custom apparels, videography, jewelry, photography, and so much more. And you can message us and order from your preferred social media sites. Give us a follow and a comment while you're there. You're so funny. Oops! I forgot you were here. Remember, you'll never lose when you choose Reasons to Win. Okay, bye-bye.
Can we just talk?